What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Happy Tuesday to you. Hope everyone is doing awesome this week. Um, it's been a little bit of time since we've done a video here. Just been getting kind of busy with stuff again. Had a good weekend out checking out some baseball and getting some in-person graphs. Nothing that significant, but just felt kind of good to get out and do a little bit of in-person, and might try a little bit more stuff this upcoming weekend, 4th of July weekend. Just kind of have to see how the weather shakes out for one thing. But with as busy as I've been, I have accumulated here a couple of TTMs that have come in. This is stuff that's come in probably over the last 2 to 3 days or so. Just really haven't gotten a chance to sit down to do a video, so finally had some time available and wanted to get some stuff out there, because quite honestly I wanted to open these up too. We got a little bit of a mix of everything here. We got some stuff from Canada. We got one that came from Columbus, one from Texas, and one from Orlando. Some of these I can figure out what they probably are, and others not really all that sure. So we're going to find out here, though, what we got, and hopefully we get some good stuff. So I will say that's one of them there. But with this one, I had done this so far back that it actually had the person's name and the return address there. So I know exactly what this one was, and this falls in line with what I've seen from returns from other people. So I'm going to save that one for last. I know what that one is. Let's go ahead and start out. Let's do Canada. Let's do some stuff up in Canada first. So we'll start out. Let's start out with this one here. Okay. So again, one thing I'm starting to figure out is I think this S7K is part of the zip code. And like this one is R3H. So I've got a feeling that's part of the zip code, postal code. If that is, then I've got, like with this one here, I checked it and I've got a pretty good idea that I think I know what this one is. So if it is what I think it is, then we might have figured out how we can at least get a heads up. And yeah, a heads up as to what we might be getting. And yeah, so this actually did work. Tim Chevelday, he was the goalie for the Red Wings before they went on their tear in the late 90s to take those Stanley Cups there. So he was one of the guys in the pipes there in the early portion of the 90s. So sent some stuff out. I sent 4 cards altogether because I did look at this because I figured that that's what it was. So he decided to keep a card, which that's cool. I ain't got no problem with that. But he did send back 3, and the cool is that he sent back the 90-91 Upper Deck. I really like this one for the 75th anniversary throwback Red Wings jersey there, and then a 92-93. So 3 great returns there, all signed in a nice blue Sharpie. And these were only out for about a month or so. So good start to the day there, and he is somebody I did not have in the collection yet. Let's continue up north, and let's see what our other return is. Now this one just came today, so I don't know what the postal code is, the R3H. So this one would be kind of a guess, but this is very flimsy here, so there should only be 1 or 2 cards in here. Ah, nice. The father of Y2J, Chris Jericho, Ted Irvine. And looks like he wrote "Not Me" on the Blues card. So I guess that's not him. I'll have to do some research there, or if somebody knows what the story is with this, feel free to drop that into the comments there. But he signed it anyway, so I guess this is a known error card, and he probably gets this. So him adding in "Not Me" is pretty cool with that. And then getting the nice Rangers card signed. Awesome stuff. So for a Rangers fan, that's really cool. And I actually, I've met Ted one time before. A couple years back, I was in New York for the Vic Hadfield jersey retirement night, and they brought in a lot of the old school Rangers for that. Eddie Giacomin, Jean Rattel, Brad Park, Ted Irvine. And after the game, I actually got a chance. I met Ted. I did have a card that I got him to sign, fortunately, and I got a picture taken with him. Real nice guy. One of the things that's interesting, from what I understand, is that if you send to him TTM, your chances, I guess, are greatly diminished, we'll say, if you mention anything about his son, about, you're Chris Jericho's dad. He's probably heard it all and seen it all, but I guess, he doesn't really like to hear that. Like, if you're going to write to him, don't write to Chris Jericho's dad, per se. I don't know. That's just kind of the stuff I've read out there, but in any case, for me, I wanted him because he's a Ranger. The fact he's Chris Jericho's dad is just a really cool bonus with that. But, awesome add to the vintage old school collection and certainly the Rangers collection. All right, next up, let's go to North Houston, Texas. With this being Texas, this could be darn near anything here. So let's see how we do. All right, some Giants love. Chris Callaway. So glad to see Chris Callaway is still a solid signer. Back last year, I had sent a couple of cards out to him, and he signed very nicely for me. And I was going through my Giants stuff and came up with a couple more cards here. So I wanted to just kind of add to the Giants collection a little bit with some cards, some different stuff. So went ahead and sent out a few more, and he signed nicely, returned these back, and these came back quick, probably like 2 weeks or so turnaround. So awesome ad. New ink for the Giants collection, always a good thing there. Okay, next up, Orlando, Florida. So I looked to see what I had coming back out of Orlando potentially, and really, unless it's something that I don't know about, this should hopefully be a return from WWE, especially with it being out of Orlando specific. So it's kind of thick, so there's something extra that's in here. So let's see what we get. All right. Nice. Terry Taylor, a.k.a. the Red Rooster. Signed a nice 4 of 4 for me here. And kind of got a little bit of everything from the career there. So got a couple of the old early 90s Impel WCW cards. The WWE Legends card. And then a Red Rooster card, which, as you can see, he actually signed, and he signed it as Rooster and kind of turned the R into a little rooster head. So that's really cool that he did that. And then along with that, he added in a nice little note. And it says, thank you for the kind words and continued support. I feel as if I am the most blessed man ever being in the wrestling business. Please keep watching. Best, Terry Taylor. So kind of cool when you get a letter back. Anytime you get a letter back, it's really cool. And just even if it's a little note like that. So that's really cool. And he is one that I did not have yet in the collection. So this was a really cool ad to get that in. I've actually been doing fairly decent with some of these old WCW Impel cards here and there, just getting guys as I can. As you've seen from some of the other videos previously, but like Jim Ross. I got an Arn Anderson actually in person, talking to Arn, and then the Terry Taylors, and then there was one other one that Ricky Morton from the Rock and Roll Express. Was there one other one? I don't know. That may be all I got right now. But in any case, cool stuff there. And you can still get these like cheap too. So there's a lot of cool stars in there, but you can get these pretty cheap still. Search around at the shows. And this right here, I love this right here. I picked this up. I bought a card lot, and it had some unopened packs of these WWF Classic cards. So I went ahead and popped them open, and yeah, this was like the only one that was in there. So glad I had that to send out. All right, so 4 for 4 so far. And we're going to move on to our last return of the day. So this one is coming to us from Columbus, Ohio. So, yeah, like I said, I know exactly what this is. I'm just hoping that it is signed. I'm going to assume that it will be. And yes, it is. It's time to get nasty. Some Rick Nash love here. So, Rick Nash, after he retired, he was doing some good signing there for a little bit of time. Then he kind of just abruptly stopped, probably almost a year ago, maybe. And so there was a lot of just TTMs that were hanging around out there. And yeah, I guess he finally just either got back to the arena or whatever. But he banged out all his mail, I guess, because everybody's been getting him back. So we had a nice 4-4 return here. So another question is going to go out there like, okay, well, you're a Rangers fan, so why aren't these all Rangers cards? I had sent to him previously and gotten several Rangers cards signed. Also, I've seen him in person several times and have gotten Rangers cards signed. So really, I had a lot of his Rangers stuff already signed. So what I did send out was pretty specific. So this was one I did not have, so I definitely wanted that. I really like the season ticket cards out of that year of Contenders, just the light background with the ticket on there, so I liked the look of that. The O-Pee-Chee card, I needed that for the set that I'm working on. And then the 10-11 score, I've got one of these signed that I got signed in person, but it was like with a burnt out black Sharpie, so I wanted an upgrade, so this will serve as that upgrade for it. So that's where the specific ones came from there. So cool to get that back. I honestly don't know how long that one's been out, because I think that was before I even started really actively tracking what I was sending out. But I can tell you that it has to have been, let me see here. Yeah, that won't give me any indication. I didn't know if maybe it had something on the stamp that would say, yeah, it looks like the stamp may have been generated like in 2019. No, that can't be it. I don't know. It's been out for a while. So, good return there, though. So let's recap with what we got on the day here, or for over the last couple days. So we got a 4-4 return from Rick Nash himself. We got a 4-4 return from Terry Taylor, a.k.a. the Red Rooster. We got a nice 2 of 2 back from the legend himself, Ted Irvine. We got 3 out of 4, because he did keep one, but still 3 out of 3 from Tim Chevelday. And then a 4 out of 4 from Chris Calloway. So good stuff there. So that's 17 graphs on the day. So good stuff. I'm getting ready, hopefully, here. I don't have a whole lot of stuff outstanding. Just with doing some more in-person graphing and some of the collections that I've picked up. I bought a starting lineup collection. I bought I think I mentioned before, I bought a minor league baseball autograph collection, all cards, like team set stuff. And I got like 3 giant totes, and I've only gone through one of them full of binders. So I still got 2 more binders to go through, or 2 more totes full of binders to sort through, and then decide what I'm keeping and what am I going to trade out and move. So a lot of work that's still got to go into that, and really I can only do a little bit a night. I can't sit there for hours and hours and work on it. So anyway, so my time's been kind of working in some other areas here. And TTMs have kind of slowed down. It looks like in general with people, just looking at other stuff, the traditional guys, the traditional stuff that you see out there on the sites, stuff is slowing down right now. I think as people are kind of getting back to normalcy. They're not cooped up, so they're not sitting there all day writing out TTMs. There's certainly still plenty of stuff out there to write to, but like I've said countless times, I'm going to send to who I want to send to, not just because a guy is signing. So, we'll see what comes in here. I mean, I've still been sending out a couple a week here and there, but for like the last month, I think I may have sent out, 10 TTMs. So, as you guys know, for me, that's a very low number compared to what I had been sending out historically with it. So we'll see though. All it takes is just for the mood to hit me and I can crank out a dozen or so. So we'll see. Maybe this week I'll kind of get inspired and send some more stuff out. So last thing I want to leave you with here before we wrap things up. So I want to go back to the Rick Nash. So this is an interesting story there. So if you remember, I talked when I got the Justin Abdelkader autographs, and they showed up in the informed delivery for my old address, and then it ended up ultimately getting to me, and it had the sticker on there. So I saw the Rick Nash was arriving. So I talked to the postal service, my local post office, and I told them, I was like, hey, my stuff isn't getting forwarded apparently, and so they said they would look into it, so on and so forth. So I see a couple days ago, the Rick Nash letter comes in to my old address. So I'm furious when I see that. This was, I think, Saturday morning. So I go down there and I talk to the one of the supervisors, and this is what he explained to me. He said that when you get your informed delivery scan, it's not scanned locally; it's scanned somewhere along the route, and so it's not in your home market necessarily. So this had scanned, but it hadn't even got to the final destination yet. So he said that when you're getting your mail forwarded, it'll scan to show up at the old address, but it'll never actually be delivered there. So it kind of gets intercepted along the way, and then it gets reversed back out the chain of the postal service and goes back a couple of steps. So, he was saying that it would go back to a sorting facility probably 200 to 300 miles away from the destination, as opposed to being resorted locally. And he even admitted, he prefaced it by saying, this is going to sound really stupid when I tell it to you, but this is what goes on. So I appreciated him being upfront with me about it and kind of letting me know what the deal was. And so I just kind of sat back and chilled. So yeah, it was originally supposed to be delivered technically on Saturday, and so instead I got it on Tuesday. So whatever route it went on, it ended up back here. So with the correct place. So all that worked out well, but just wanted to let you know, in case any of you are dealing with the same things with mail forwarding, that's what the deal is with it. So that'll wrap it up for today. So I appreciate, as always, everyone tuning in, watching the video. And believe it or not, this was a video where my cat, she's right over here, like sitting about 2 feet off screen, and I was able to actually keep her from hopping on screen this time. And what I had to do is I had to bribe her with a Sharpie. My cat loves Sharpies, so I kind of threw one in her direction and just kind of let her play with it off screen. And it worked. So now she's all tired out and she's just kind of sitting there off to the side. So no appearance today by her, but we'll see. I'm sure she'll appear again soon enough. For today, that'll do it. So thanks again, everyone, for spending the time. Hope you enjoyed yourselves with the video. Maybe took away a little bit of stuff there. And if you're going to write to Ted Irvine, you know what to say and what not to say. But certainly leave some feedback for me. Let me know what you like and what you don't like. Certainly ask any questions. Always appreciative, and I'll try to answer anything I can. So until next time, everyone, thanks again for watching. Have fun out there, stay safe, and hope your mailboxes stay full of ink. Till next time, see ya.